No bad vibes in my life, I got tired, You said I'm not a guy, you's a liar. I been manifesting shit, I'm on fire, You can come and be my babe, like Mariah, Meditate by the cheese, I feel great today.
It's your girl Destiny, and I'm here with
KB Brown.
And this is N'TunedWithDestany. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. We are out here on Mitchell Ave.
Mitchell Avenue.
What is the significance of Mitchell Ave?
This is where I was raised. I've been living in this house since I was like 5 years old. So wrote my first raps in this house. Basically just my whole upbringing. Everything that has to do with me, it involves Mitchell Avenue in this house that you see right now.
You remember your first rap?
Yeah, I do.
Can you rap?
Yeah. What's up, haters? I'm the one they call a Crazy K. Money trees and silver hawk, this how I make my hate. 8 years old, young, but I'm not fake. I'm in the 3rd grade, running with hundreds to light the cake. As I shine, wind down, blessing my flesh good. Riding deep on Mixer Street, all my homies is here. See them hawks in the sky, little hawks behind. Staying off in my books till I'm ready to fly. You know that we can't be stopped. Off the flock, get popped. Silver hawk still on top. Like I said before, Playboy, we making that paper. Put that 9 all you haters. Can't fade, Crazy K, Lil Hawk, and Lil D. Baby house with that bulldog mentality. You trying to be like me? I got the key. Silver Hawk is who we be. Watch us fly, baby.
Okay. Okay.
20 years.
20 years? And you still remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we know KB the artist.
Yes.
Who is Kelvin?
Kelvin is laid back. Spend a lot of time with family. I read a lot. Basically, I just like to have fun and write and go talk to the children and just live life. I like to travel. Everything. I don't know. I really can't put it in words. It's just a
I know I seen recently where you went back to your old, what was it, high school? How was that?
That was neat. That was neat. Because I've been out of school I think 12 years now. So that was like my first time ever going back into the school since I graduated. Well, it wasn't actually the high school, but it was the middle school. And then the middle school formed maybe about 2 years ago. But every chance I get to even go either part of this school, I'm gonna do it. Because a lot of kids know me, I guess probably YouTube, just being around the area. So yeah, that was mostly a great experience.
So what would you say was like your craziest like high school, middle school memory?
Man, I don't even know where to start. I was one of them kids. I ain't really get in trouble, but I was too smooth to get in trouble. So even if somebody was on my trail getting in trouble, I can always talk my way out of it. But I say, I don't know. It just depends on what kind of memory.
Everyone you want to put out there.
Oh man. I got too many. Man, I can't even think on top.
What's something like, I guess you say you talk your way out of stuff, like where you like for real, you was like, dang, like I don't see how I even talk my way out of this one.
Man, it was something, we was having like a cypha in the bathroom. Like we was battling like another school at China. So we just recorded stuff, put it on Facebook. And I think everybody, the principal walked in and caught everybody in the bathroom. I think everybody had attention but me. Because I was able to talk my way out of it and just being slick and smooth. So I was able to maneuver my way on out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you win the battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
We stop.
Okay.
I don't know if there's some truth in this.
Okay, who were your music influences growing up?
My favorite rapper was T.I. growing up. I liked it. Boosie, Gotti.
Mm-hmm.
Basically like those three, Jeezy, and but T.I. That was like my all-time favorite. Yeah, since he came out with his first album.
Mm-hmm.
That's really who I get my influence, my style of rap from. Is
Yeah,
T.I.
so you got your real side. How did your journey into music start?
Man, my journey started when I was 7. My stepdad, he took me to the studio. He was a road manager of Cypha Records.
Mm-hmm.
It was a local record company out of Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically I was just following him around, and he took me to the studio, and I think one day they just let me get in the studio, and then once they played it back, I just fell in love with like the whole process, and then I've been doing it ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been what, I just turned 30, so it's probably about 23 years ago.
Alright, shout out to Pops.
Shout them out.
Okay, well, you kind of already answered your trigger point as to when you was like, okay, this is what.
No.
Okay.
But what's the question?
What was your trigger point that made you say, okay, like rapping is what I want to do?
Okay, so I've always known how to rap. It just always came second nature. But I didn't start really taking rap real serious till I was 25. And then I think the point, 24 going on 25. Mm-hmm. Okay, my best friend, he was murdered in the end of 2015. He was killed by the police.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to continue his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So I started putting out songs, and then they just started doing crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking like, maybe this is something I should pursue like seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And my best friend is Javalio Eagle, and that's who So yeah, after the death of my best friend, that's when I decided I wanted to take it serious.
So if JV was here today, what is it that you would tell him like your biggest accomplishment?
Basically, just people knowing like what we went through as kids and teenagers, and knowing like all the hard work we put in, none of it went in vain. And I just want to say like I hope that he's proud of me for just keeping everything that we had going on alive even years later.
How do you feel about writing versus punching in and out?
I don't know about these new dudes. I write. I write because I be like mine formatted. I don't just like and then plus that take up a lot of time too. Because when I go to the studio, I try to record as many songs as I can in little time. Instead of just sitting in the studio, you punching in. Yeah, it sound good when you talking to everybody else, but it's kind of a headache if you don't really know what you're doing. So when I go to the studio, I got all mine written like in my notepad on my phone. So if I do like 6 songs, I'm knocking like all of them out in like an hour. So I work smart, not hard.
Yeah. I need to go to somebody's studio and just sit down and watch the process.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I feel
fun.
like it's
I mean, but that's how I feel in love with it. Just seeing it firsthand, and then it's like dang, like that came from that from you writing it to recording it, and then letting people hearing it, then potentially blowing up to be something big. It's crazy.
So would you say you have to like listen to a beat first and then write, or you write and then you
I go off pure emotions. Like I can be anywhere, and then it might be something that I'm going through at the time, and I I just be like, man, I want to make a song about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and have a whole song written out before I even get a beat to it.
So you can like find like, I would feel like y'all would listen to a beat first and then write.
Sometimes, but I rap out raw emotion. Like all my music is just like based on like real true life experiences. So it's just whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Okay.
And then I just find the perfect beat to match with it. But then there's other times I hear the beat and then I write to it. But most of the time I just go by like what I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come sit in somebody's studio and listen, cause I be like, man, I know there's like fun process. Like even when I watch other rappers like Dave East or like even like Chris Brown or Big Sean, like they'll do like their behind the scenes, and I'm just like, man, it's just like a whole party.
It's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
But being an artist is definitely not for the weak.
Yeah, I feel that. So would you stay independent, or would you?
It just all depends on the situation. I think now it's probably best for me to just stay independent until I reach a certain level where, what's the word? Leverage. Where I reach leverage where I can negotiate what I want. Instead of just jumping off and signing 360 deals and then I'm signing my rights and my soul away for pennies. No, I don't want to do that.
So if like Jay-Z walked up and was like, I often Rock Nation.
It just depends. I mean, I anybody will take it because it's kind of more the opportunity versus like the money that you see from it. And just as long as I can learn from it and build from it, then it's cool. So yeah.
So what made you change your style of music to a more conscious rap?
Because I started to get older, and I maybe like late 20s, early 30s, just talking about drugs and all that. I was like, I'm at the point now I really have to educate and start teaching and start being more, just spreading info, like what I've learned over the years. So the youth, they can actually learn from me and don't have to make the same mistakes that I made.
I feel like a lot of rappers should. I mean, I know a lot of times, like, you know, you talk about like stories and what you went through. I feel like a lot of these rappers sometimes be capping.
Yeah. I mean, but it's entertainment, but I just also think it's more to it than just entertainment.
So how would you say the COVID pandemic helped you or affected you? Money-wise, music-wise, event-wise?
I say the only bad thing it helped that I couldn't perform, but I was able to tap into other things besides music, just more on the entrepreneurship side. Just learning how to do business, going to business for myself, and just not depending on a 9 to 5 to being my only source of income.
Yeah. So, what would you say you learned as far as like music-wise during the COVID? Like, would you say you brushed up better on your rapping, or you know you started getting into, you know, if you weren't making beats, did you know?
I say I just spent that time perfecting my craft even more. Just playing with different cadence. Just being more vocal, and I'm just trying to get more personal in my music about me instead of like the way I view the world and my perception on the world and on a political standpoint. So now it just taught me to just the dig deeper on who I am as a person. So yeah, I spent most of the pandemic just writing and perfecting, and because I actually had time to actually sit down and actually see what was my strengths and what was my weaknesses and how should I go about doing it.
Yeah. So you would say you just really just I wouldn't say call it a spiritual journey. It's just a journey on working on.
Yeah, it's just a journey of working, making myself a better artist all the way around.
So as far as outside of artistry, personally, how did COVID help you?
I'll say I had already been on the spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
So by me doing that, a lot of things didn't really affect me because, you know, it's just all about just having faith and just knowing like this is only for the moment.
Yeah.
It won't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went into it with positive mindset, positive attitude.
Yeah.
And then just took that time and actually took it for what it was.
So what advice would you give to a black man or anybody who wants to get on a spiritual journey?
I was just talking to someone about this. I say go into it with an open mind, but don't be too consumed because it will consume you.
Yeah.
It will make you angry. It will make you hate the work.
Mm-hmm.
Just you're gonna uncover a lot of things that you feel like people just been hiding from you for years.
Yeah.
So long as you go into it with the mindset, it's only gonna make you better.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say this: watch what you read, watch what you consume,
Mm-hmm.
but just know it's just gonna make you a better person.
Yeah. I went on one too while I was on the COVID. What?
It's rough.
Yeah, it is. Like
It's rough.
shadow work, unveiling like stuff about you that.
It'll make you mad.
Yeah. Who are those?
Myself.
Okay. I like it. Black women. Yes, black women. So, yeah, when I did mine, oh man, it was a mess.
It's a journey.
It's a big journey. Meditating, writing stuff down, affirmations, dreams, revealing.
That's the biggest thing. But it's just all about how you consume it and how you go about it.
Yeah. You can go like some people, they jump. I done did it before where I've jumped into it and I had to back out of it. So I was like, this is
it's a lot.
rough. It's crazy.
I did mine like maybe about 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it just made me a better person and more aware of what's what.
Mm-hmm. And so, what's next? Can we expect Story to Tell 3 this year? Any upcoming events?
Not yet. I'm gonna kind of stray away from the Story to Tell sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going another route. I'm just introducing different things about me. So my next project is going to be entitled Introvert. So
Okay.
it's basically just, remember, just like I was saying, it's just talking more about who I am as a person and my experiences and the things that I went through.
Mm-hmm.
Just to open up more on, even speaking on the spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more than what people are used to hearing from me. Introvert.
I like that. Introvert. Is that exclusive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Here on YouTube with Destiny. Introvert.
Coming soon. Real soon.
Real soon.
Like
okay.
It's about like 85% finished.
Okay. All right. What makes you special or different from rappers that everyone listens to, or rappers even in Chattanooga, local?
Just local rappers.
Local.
Global.
Yeah.
Just everything. I say I come from a perspective of someone that like your next door neighbor. Kind of sort of. I don't take any shortcuts. With my music, I tell exactly like how it is. Like most of the time, like you hear about rappers, they talk about lean popping pills.
Dave, excuse me. Next time.
Yeah, they talk about lean, popping pills, degrading women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about it from another aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what happens once you do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
the result when you do take lean, or the effects, or like kind of like all the stuff that they glorify. I'm basically just speaking on what happened if on the flip side. What happens after you do that? Like after you roll up, you spin a block a couple times, you kill a couple people. I'm speaking on the aspect of what happens to the family, like after with your absence. So yeah, it's just speaking from real life situations and the cause and effect of things.
That's deep. I like that. So, last question. So, how would you say, well, what kind of advice would you give to like teens or people trying to get into the music business?
I say learn the business. And that's still a process that I'm doing now, but I wish I would have known earlier. Like just publishing and royalties and all that, learn the ins and outs of all that. Because that's going to save you in the long run. Because when I first started taking music serious, I came out and my first video, it went viral. But I didn't have anything monetized. So it just basically all that money went to waste, and I didn't capitalize off nothing. So it's easy to go viral, but it's all about capitalizing on the moment. And what you do after that.
Yeah.
And which I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'll build a fan base, a following from it, but if you don't have the paperwork in line, or like your platforms monetized, then basically just pointless in doing it for fun, really. Yeah, learn the business. That's key.
I'm just gonna keep going. It's going good. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Isaiah Rashad.
Yes.
Y'all been friends for
exactly, I'd say about 22 years.
How did y'all?
Okay. When I was in elementary, I was in this organization called the TVA Weekend Academy. And it's for like minority, inner city kids. They take us on field trips and do different stuff. They just teach us different from what we used to seeing, just showing us something different. So it was probably about a group of probably like 20 people. And so happened two other guys that was in my age group that was with me, which happens to be Da Vinci, Rob, and Isaiah Rashad. So then I was the only rapper, and those guys wasn't even rapping.
Yeah.
So I think during that time, I was probably someone they probably looked at and was like, man, it ain't really too many people rapping. So I wouldn't necessarily say like I influenced them.
Yeah.
But it just kind of like, they kind of seen what I was doing early on and probably saw it as like this something they probably would be interested in doing.
Okay.
So, yeah, with them two, I stayed in contact with them like since then, from age 8 to up to now. Then now I think about it, today actually is their birthday.
Yeah, I did. I seen that on the house.
Yeah, so dang, we getting old. 30. I'm 30. He just turned 30 today. I think Rob like 28. About to turn 29. Dang, time is flying, man. But yeah, those my boys though.
Yeah, I seen when y'all did the podcast with Iggy.
But a lot of people wouldn't even know that because I really don't speak about it. I don't really think they too much speak about it, but it does exist, and that story does exist.
I feel like a lot of y'all here, it's almost as if like y'all are a 360 circle, like y'all somehow.
Yeah, I think everybody's connected in some shape because it's a small city, and then if we don't know each other. The chances are like our parents probably knew each other or crossed paths. But everybody here, we don't cross paths one way or another, or through social media. You know everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all need to do like a cypha or something, like with all the Chattanooga rappers.
But see,
I feel
it be too much tension.
Would you say
some rappers, some of the elite rappers, kind of sort of.
Okay.
So I mean, not to say like it's not possible, but it's gonna take some work. But I've been all for it.
I want to be the one to do it.
Well, if you're gonna do it, I help you.
I want to be the one to do it, but you know, not from here, so I don't know all the rappers.
It's egos in politics.
Egos with me, and y'all's dangerous. So if y'all want to be on this cypher, hit me up or hit KB up.
Then we can do it. We can put it into play.
We can put it into play.
Egos got to go out the door.
Yes, everybody. Y'all gotta show.
Ego at the front door.
Y'all need to show these folks what Chattanooga is about. I know Isaiah didn't put Chattanooga on the map, but everybody, it's time for everybody to put Chattanooga on the map.
But see, Isaiah put the whole city, the hip hop scene in a different light. Because when he first came out after the demo, what was that? Like 2014. So he went on Sway, and then he basically just pretty much saying without really knowing that he said that Chattanooga really doesn't have a music scene.
Yeah.
So since like
Everybody
2014, it's just like it's gonna spiral because it's like it's not too many rappers coming out of Chattanooga, but it's definitely a spotlight on Chattanooga.
Yeah. I need to just put some fire into y'all.
And that's what I was trying to explain. I was just like, man, that's just how he feels, but he didn't grow up in an urban section. I knew him because of the organization that I was in. But I'm like, you can't really blame him for not knowing. I mean, he don't know.
Yeah.
But that set us a fire.
Yeah.
Up on a lot of people.
Say it was a good fire.
Yeah.
Bad fire.
Because then when he made that statement, I wasn't even really into rap like that then. But by him saying that, it just kind of like, I know what he meant by it because I know him personally. But it was kind of like one of them things like, okay, if you don't know, well, then let's show him. Let's prove him wrong then.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, I meet Sway like 3 years later. I was doing, I was doing a show down in Austin, Texas, for South by Southwest. And this crazy, I could not get my music right for nothing. Because I think my homeboy, which he, my partner, I think he was trying to put my music on a flash drive, but he couldn't get it right for nothing. But by us not getting it right, but then finally getting it right, then they made an announcement. Oh, Sway in the morning, he's about to walk through. So guess who's the first artist like EC? It's me.
Yeah.
And then that's when I popped off a lot of people won't even give me credit for it, but I actually was the first one to pop off the Who Run the Challenge. Because the DJ who started, DJ Hollywood Baby, I think he based out of Dallas. So I was in there with all them. So I came out to the Who Run It. And I killed it because everybody was just going crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess this was probably like on Saturday. So that following Monday, I guess the beat probably resonated. So G Herbo, he came on and then he rapped off the beat, and then that just took off. That started the challenge, the Who Ran the Challenge, the 3-6 Who Ran the Challenge. But I was originated from that. And I got the proof.
Wow.
So they think Chattanooga artists can't set trends, but hey.
You said it's true.
Yeah.
That's crazy how God works. How you did it didn't work, and then you walked in and boom.
Like I'm like, man, I just want Sway to see me, because I thought about the thing with him and Isaiah when they was talking about the Chattanooga, and I'm like, it's a Chattanooga artist, the first one that he see when he come in. So I was just like, man, I have to kill him, and they went crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
I was there.
Yeah, he was there. He was there. He can attest to it.
Yeah. So like, where all have you traveled?
I've been, of course, Atlanta, plenty of times. Alabama, St. Louis, Texas. Probably just over the whole southeastern region. So yeah, planning on hitting more cities before the pandemic hit. Before coming in 2020, I had shows in New York and Charlotte, but during the pandemic, all that got shut down.
You suck, COVID.
Yeah, bad.
Well, I thank you for your time.
Yes.
Finally, got it right.
Yes.
It's your girl Destiny, and I thank y'all for tuning in with In Tune with Destiny with
KB Brown,
And
the
we-
golden child.
the golden child, the goddess, which is me.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Great. Life is great. Life is great. Life is great, yo.